Hey, how's your week been? Mine is garbage. Thank you so much for checking out the next video in my Halloween series sponsored by Deadly Sins Cosmetics. As promised, each week you'll be getting 3 looks, and Fridays are reserved for the FX portion of the series. So let's make some demons. A note from me to you. I recently had a technical casualty and lost a significant amount of videos and photos. Rest in peace. And while that was sad, and might also be sad later, it's not gonna stop me from bringing you this video. But there are some holes to fill in here. So I thought I'd pour myself a glass of wine and just chat for a little bit. Let's catch up on the makeup steps that were lost forever on this memory card. Each week is dedicated to a specific sin of the 7 deadly sins. And for the effects portion, I'll be transforming into the demon prince of hell associated with that sin. And the prince of lust is ASMODEUS. He is illustrated as having 3 faces. One is sort of a goat or ram and another of a bull. So the first part of this video is going to be me transforming myself into each of those faces. And through the movie magic of practical effects and digital compositing, all of these are going to come together in the end. But first, let me talk you through this application. And if you've had a crappy week, cheers. So because he has these multiple faces, I was actually doing 2 separate applications, one for a goat prosthetic and one for a bull prosthetic. The goat prosthetic is from Wuchi, which is phenomenal. I've used it a bunch of times. And this bull prosthetic is from my friends at Straut FX. Love them. And I was going to be showing the applications like split screen, yes, hi, yes. So I was going to be side by side during this part showing you the goat and the bull. There's the bull. Yes, we see it. Thank you. And so I was going to do this to save some time in the video and make things easier. Obviously, I did the goat first, which is the footage we lost. And so that's why you see all the crap around my face. I look like a burn victim or something. And so this was the second application that you're getting. And so you're missing the clean first part. Oops. Sorry. So what I've done, I've cleaned the back of the prosthetics with some alcohol and then applied prosated light layers on the back of the appliance and on my skin. And per usual, once the prostate goes clear, it's ready to use. Then you want to work in light layers, moving outward from the center. The center is always like your best anchor point for a prosthetic. Usually it's the nose or the brow. It allows you to center it on the face and hold better. You work your way out from there, so I'm working out along the cheeks and the eyes here, just trying to get this to lay down. Oh, what is going on down there? Girl, figure that out. Oh, okay, good rolling technique. It didn't work super great there. But the rolling technique is used to help kind of make sure the edges lay flat. You don't want to necessarily just like pop over them because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Wow, so fast. Okay, so now I'm dipping into Bondo, which is prostate cream. It's a thickened version of that adhesive. And I'm taking a little orange stipple sponge and I am adding texture and seaming the edges. Basically, this is like spackling over the edges of a prosthetic. And once you have them all seamed, you can powder that down, really press that in, pat, 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 and it'll really smooth everything down. And then now I'm taking that prostate and I'm continuing to add transition texture and seal the appliance so that I can start painting. Foam is a porous material, so if you just try and go in on a foam latex prosthetic, it'll suck up all your paint. Okay, I'm going in with some red body paint by MAC. Oh, look, there is the goat prosthetic. Oh, so nice, isn't it so nice? So you can imagine I did all those same steps to get us to the goat. And now I can dip into my Book of Sins palette by Deadly Sins Cosmetics. Here I'm using the red and crimson shadows. I have like abused those shadows through this process. I love them. And ooh, I'm also dipping into Bitter Lace Beauty. This is rose quartz, you can tell because it's got like a really warm highlight. And then I also dipped into Bloodlust, which is like a dark crimson highlight, and I use that around the contours of the face. Once I was happy with the red tones, I added some black details and then wanted to add black around the perimeter of my face, the contours, because what that's going to do when I end up putting these 2 animal faces on the side of my middle demon face is it's going to let me blend them all together in sort of some combined shapes. So I'm going ahead and filling in around that, and boop, oh, we got contacts in. Okay, these white screen contact lenses, love them. Oh my gosh, I love these lenses. But They are very hard to see out of, so I kept the eye makeup very simple for these and put them in last. And then with a little bit of black hairspray, boom! Well, it looks like the part I lost is all done, so I'm going to turn it back over to the video and finish this line. Whew, I look a mess. Mostly clean face, and we are ready for part 3 of this makeup, finally. And now you can see how this is all going to come together. To make this 3-faced demon come to life, I'm using vacuum-formed face molds that I wrapped an acetate bald cap over. This is going to give me a solid structure to work from. Off camera, I'm doing the same application process that I showed you earlier to apply those prosthetics to the side faces. I can then start working on gluing and dissolving the bald cap against my skin and painting my 3rd face. So let's get these faces on. Look, no one said this was gonna be pretty. Got a lot of texture going on here, so we're gonna have to fix that with the paint. Before jumping in with the paint, I'm taking a little bit of edger and dissolving the top of the bald cap so it creates a smoother transition onto my forehead. Going to powder that transition area. Now with everything loosely glued and set, I'm going to go ahead and start basing a layer of paint over this whole thing. Yes, we are going to have to repaint some of these side faces, so that'll be interesting. Okay, not perfect, but I think it's sufficient for what we'll be needing. To begin the middle demon face, I'm going to start by blocking my eyebrows down with a glue stick. Before powdering my brows, I want to just clean up some of the paint that has spattered onto my face. And we're going to press those brows down with some powder. And there's like already so much texture on my face, I can't be really mad about these brows. Now we get to dive into the face. Taking different shades of red cream from my Ben Nye Burns and Blisters wheel, I'm creating a red base of highlight and contour. I'm now going to be adding some markings or scale-like texture on my face. Dipping into my Ben Nye Theatrical Rouge palette, I'm starting to add color and contour to the face. Dipping into my Book of Sins palette yet again, I'm going in with those red and crimson shades, my favorite, to add some depth and dimension around the eyes, nose, and cheeks. Dipping into my black shadow from the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, I'm starting to define more of the eye and deepen other areas of the face. Dipping into some black body paint, I'm sketching out the black shapes that I did on the goat and the bull faces and carrying them into my now human face. Dipping into my matte liquid lip shades by Deadly Sins Cosmetics, I'm using Superbia and Avariccia to give a nice crimson red lip. We are almost done, just down to the finishing details at this point. I created some crown spikes that I want to come out of my forehead and my chin, so I'm going to glue those on now. The look is nearly complete. I'm gonna go pop in my contact lenses and I'm going to secure my big horns and we'll be right back.